Have you ever wondered why you've heard of Bitcoin, you've heard of Ethereum, you've never heard of XRP, XLM, XDC, cryptos like this? In this episode, we're going to cover why you haven't heard about them, why they're so important, why they're, in our opinion on the channel, being kept hidden from you. Welcome into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. In this episode, we're going to cover this and so much more. Let's get right into it today. Crypto market cap sitting at 2.83 trillion. Fear and greed at 34. And we've got Bitcoin. Let's get to these numbers here. We've got Bitcoin at an astounding 87,229 per share, and Ethereum coming in at 2,015 per share. We don't really like Ethereum very much on this channel, and we're not afraid to say it. We also don't really prefer the old Bitcoin very much on this channel. We just don't. We don't prefer it. It doesn't mean they're not good. They're great for what they do. And we love the community of Bitcoin, and we love the community of Ethereum. We're going to make this very clear. This channel is not for financial advice at all, at any time. It is only for educational and entertainment purposes only. Because of this fact, we will say things like, we don't truly prefer Ethereum on this channel. We don't prefer a Bitcoin on this channel as far as what we do with our crypto dollars that we invest into the market. Okay. Excellent. Bless these coins. We want Bitcoin to do well. We want Ethereum to do well. We just don't happen to prefer those two coins. What we like is the 3X'S, for instance, XRP coming in at $2.36 today. And our beloved Stellar XLM coming in at 28 cents today. Moving forward, guys, in crypto news today, Paul Atkins is getting ready to become the new SEC chair. Thank all things that are good and holy in this world. Confirmation hearing coming up this Thursday. Important crypto news, very important. What it means to be an accredited investor has changed. Now a financial literacy test is required. Certain financial investments and certain investment firms are required as well. Beyond your $1 million liquidity, that does not, of course, include your personal real estate and or $200,000 or so by you and a spouse. In the last couple of tax years, proving that what it takes to be an accredited investor, which means, of course, that you can buy pre-IPOs, initial public offerings when they go on the market, and all of a sudden overnight they're worth 10 times as much per share. Yeah, you get to get in that ahead of time and invest in these pre-IPOs. Tornado Cash removed from the sanction list today. That was in some hot water for so much time under the old guard of the Gary Gensler's SEC. I swore I would never say the name on the channel. A name we truly do not prefer. Let's move on from that. Bitcoin price holding steady today as we covered, and I think we're going to wrap that up for crypto news today. Let's get right into XRP, XLM, and XDC. The 3X'S. Boy, if it seems like I just got a fire lit up under my ass, I did, because now we're excited. When it comes to these three suckers, see, the thing is they've been being kept hidden from you. I'm convinced. Do I have a conspiracy mind? Maybe a little bit. Okay, fine. You got me. Guilty as charged. I'm still on point, though, and very much data-driven. And I can connect some dots that are data-driven dots, please, right? And when we do, we see a nice little triangle with these tree puppies, XRP, XLM, and XDC. Oh, yeah, they're instrumental coming up in our new QFS, or quantum financial system. Quant being the quantum resistant layer that guards particularly the 3X'S. that we're talking about here today, and H bar. So let's start with XRP. XRP the X standing for border agnostic, knows no border, can flip-flop as a currency and just change over different fiat currencies like a peso and a USD at will for 3 to 5 seconds for pennies. And it doesn't matter the dollar amount, by the way. You can do it with 30 million and it's still 3 to 5 seconds and it's still pennies. Yeah, that's crazy. That's nuts. It's revolutionary. So XRP. The X is border agnostic, and then remittance protocol is the RP. So remittance protocol meaning it handles remittances. It handles remittance and I'm going to say settlements as well. So XRP the X stands for border agnostic, which means it knows no border concerning the crossover or changing over of a fiat currency. So it can change or cross over a peso into a USD in 3 to 5 seconds, not 3 to 5 days, 3 to 5 seconds now, 4 pennies. And the dollar amount does not matter. You can send 50 million and it still does the same thing. It uses something called ODL or on-demand liquidity, which gets rid of what exists today as nostro vostro accounts, Latin for ours and their money. $27 trillion that's parked around the world to pre-fund these banking accounts that you're probably not aware of. This is how the banking system works today in order to instill trust between banks. Money can be sent. So anyway, XRP changing the game. No need for the $27 trillion parked in these accounts now. Now connect with on-demand liquidity or ODL and the XRP solution. And now XRP changes this money and sends this money faster than anything we've seen in the monetary system thus far, the global monetary system thus far. Moving on to XLM. And by the way, XRP is B2B or business-to-business large payments that it's sending, usually cross-border. Can also handle domestic, though. XLM, mostly domestic payments. P2P or person-to-person payments is XLM. XLM is headed by the Stellar Foundation. Danelle Dixon is the CEO of Stellar. Stellar is a great foundation. XLM is a great coin. XLM is basically the coin of the people. It is the common person's coin. It's for the everyday transaction. It's connected with MoneyGram already, performing transactions, and primarily used to, for instance, you're making money here, you want to send money back to Portugal or to another country, back to your family, where maybe the money exchange is different, right? So or it's the same, it doesn't matter. You're sending money over a period, and you're sending it for pennies with XLM, and you're sending it also just so fast within seconds, like XRP. So P2P or person-to-person payments is XLM. Similar. Something to say further on XLM and XRP. XLM is kind of XRP's little brother, so to speak. So Jed McCaleb, Arthur Brito, and why is the name escaping me? Anyway, create the XRP ledger, David Schwartz, create the XRP ledger way back in the day. And Jed McCaleb splits off, and Jed McCaleb say, hey, I'm now going to start XLM. Basically takes a cut and paste carbon copy almost of the XRP ledger and its technology, which is head and shoulders above so many of these other cryptos tech still, and basically starts XLM. So Jed McCaleb starts up XLM. That's when you see XRPs run up in price. You're going to see XLM run up in price as well. So XDC, our third X. Boy, we save the one of the best for last. She's awesome. We can say she's the best. You never know. I know there's a lot of XRP lovers that aren't going to like my saying that, including me. I don't think I like that I just said that. Could be true. XDC, trade finance. Such a huge play. Oh my gosh, is trade finance. Trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. XDC digitizes trade finance. So what is on either clunky papers or computer systems now will still be on systems, but will run on the blockchain and run on the Zinfin network. So XDC is the coin that runs on the Zinfin network. Important point to make right now, a token runs on someone else's chain, like an ERC20 token that you hear, which is an Ethereum, runs on the Ethereum chain, right? A coin runs on its own chain. So XRP runs on the XRP ledger. That's the native token to the ledger. XLM is the native token to the Stellar Lumens Foundation. And you have XDC, which runs on the Zinfin network. So important to understand the difference between a coin and a token, and that's the difference. A coin runs on its own network. So XDC is essentially digitizing trade finance by taking paper. Primarily, it's the shipping industry. So basically, what exists today is you've got ships coming in, and they've got something called ships of lading, which are their paper documents that they come in at port, and as they drop off to their containers to each location, they've got to present these paper documents, and that's basically how they say they've completed the business, and how companies that they're dropping containers off, how they get paid. And so it's very clunky. It's very slow. These documents can get lost. If they do, it sets them back weeks. Now this is digitized on the blockchain with XDC. So the King of England 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, signed into law, because the hub is over in England where all these ships come in and out of. It's the main hub of the world. And he signed into law now that as of some time that you can digitize trade documents and use something like an XDC. So XDC comes in to fulfill that use case in the real world, absolutely crushing it. Nothing on the channel is financial advice. Do what you want with your money. We know what we do on this channel. Very important to think about these 3X's and think about why they might have been hiding them from you now that you know what they are. Because these are, okay. A question. Do you think the organizations that exist in the world want everybody to be ultra super awesomely rich and wealthy? They don't. They wouldn't, and that wouldn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. So these are the three that are ready to moon, in my opinion, are ready to moon in price from where they are now, realize their true value in the world with their real use case in the world, in the banking industry, these three I've mentioned. You've been highly distracted from XRP, XLM, XDC. Highly distracted. Boy, I can't, her name escapes me, and her institution that she works for escapes me. But she said recently in an interview that Bitcoin is the greatest distraction from the biggest disruption coming to financial services of the world. Yeah. And she's right. So anyway, good for you, Bitcoin. We love you. God bless. Same thing with you, Ethereum. I'm not afraid to say it. Ethereum is a broken chain that's very slow and clunky at this point. Those who have bought Ethereum, everything's written on it. That doesn't need to be that way moving forward. We remember what happened with, there's tons of them, right? Netscape. Come on. Bing. Yahoo. No offense. So there's a little more on XRP. It has smart contracts. Okay. So Hooks is a sidechain that brings smart contracts onto the XRP ledger. It's also playing with some of the meme coins to satisfy that piece as well. It also has RLUSD, which is Ripple's stablecoin, and Ripple's the San Francisco-based tech company that leverages XRP as the native coin. On the XRP ledger. RLUSD is crucial coming up in providing the stability to the United States dollar as the world reserve currency. That's really what's at play here as the bigger picture with XRP. XLM, getting a little deeper into XLM. XLM, basically providing the need for dealing with a lot of nonprofits, dealing with when there's an earthquake somewhere or a natural catastrophe. We've got XLM coming in to handle sending money to these people immediately on their telephone. Like, this is the value of it, the benefit of XLM. Within just literally minutes, these people get aid if they're in a war or something's going on catastrophe-wise on their phone. Okay, so this is XLM to give you just a little bit more on that, on what they do. XDC, they're digitizing United States patents. Okay, so millions of patents are basically every single one of them, and I don't know how many million, whatever it is. It's like 20 million a year or something like that. All digitized on XDC, or on the Zinfin network, leveraging the coin, which is XDC. And as these are used in real life use case like this, these coins are burned. XLM, XRP, XDC are burned and become more scarce and therefore more valuable, each of them. Now, the thing with XDC is, though, we can create more, similar to Ethereum. It doesn't mean it's clunky like Ethereum, but we're going to get into more on how that works. It doesn't mean that it doesn't go up in value over time. Again, not financial advice. That's a little bit more on the 3X's. Let's have you hit the like. Let's have you hit the subscribe. Let's have you join us in here on the channel. It's informative. It's valuable. It's important to take control of your financial future and learn a little bit more about what's happening and why XRP, XLM, and XDC are not being shown to you, and why maybe you want to get eyes on it. Here's the channel you come in to find out about things like this. Again, please tap anything you want down at the bottom. It's not going to hurt. Just tap it. And please, in the comments, we do read them. We'd like you to interact. Please make that happen as well, okay? We love you. Join us next time on the channel, Blockchain Made Easy, with Frank, the Crypto Lovin' Tank. We'll see you next time, and thanks for stopping in.